have a good spring break. Woo! Yeah, the grass is getting greener. Did you see me when I dyed my hair green? What's going on there? What's going on? Yeah, first period said, we're not coming to class unless you dye your hair new gold, because you promised for St. Patrick's Day, and then I forgot. So we are dyeing. I dyed my hair green. Did you miss it? Whoa! Okay, so 9.5 is graphing, sine and cosine, helping you out with the homework there. So find all the zeros of the function, given that x plus 2 is a factor, write it completely factored form, then list the zeros. So you're going to be doing a synthetic division with -2. Do the synthetic division. Looks like all the powers are there, 3, 2, 1, 0. So we go 2, -3, -29, -30, right? And then we bring down the 2 first. -2 times 2 is -4. We get -7. -2 times -7 is a positive 14. So -29 and 14 is -15. And -2 times -15 is 30. So we get a remainder of 0. 1 power less, 1 power less. So 2x squared minus 7x minus 15. Remember how to do synthetic division? Come on. Pause me. Try the rest on your own. What do you do next? So find all the zeros. Find all the zeros. The first zero we have is x plus 2 set equal to 0 minus it to the other side. So that's 1 0. Now we got to factor it. So 2 and x, and then we have an x. What are factors of 15? The 3 times 5, but where's the 3 go? Where's the 5 go? Well, this is tricky. It's both negative. So probably going to be 10 minus 3 is 7. Yeah, 5 times 2 is 10. And then if we have a 7 and a 1 there, minus 7. So let's see, we have a sign in the middle term. Goes with a bigger number, so -10x plus 7. There we go. So there we go, so plus 7. Good. So then we find the other zeros by pause me, number, divide by 2. Whoa. Divide by 2 to the other side. We get -7 halves is another 0. And then we're going to add 5 to the other side. And we get x equals 5 is our other 0. All 3 zeros. Pause me. Try it on your own. Try it on your own. Evaluate possible requested trig function of angles. Do you remember this from last unit? Remember this from last unit? So from last unit, what we had to do was draw a right triangle at that. Draw a reference angle at that angle. So -1 pi over 6. -2 pi over 6, -3 pi over 6, -4 pi over 6. There it is, -5 pi over 6, way-o. And then we draw our reference triangle. Cool. And so what about getting to what's the next thing? What would the next thing be? So the next thing would be -6 pi over 6. So what's the difference there from there to there? And the difference is 1 pi over 6. And 1 pi over 6 in degrees is 30 degrees. Way-o, 30 degrees. So this is a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. So this is opposites, adjacent, hypotenuse. Good. And hypotenuse, well, let's see. So remember the special 30, 60, 90. So 30, 60, 90 uses, across from the 30 degrees would be 1, because that's the short leg. And then adjacent would be the long leg, so that's radical 3. And then both are negative. Both are negative, negativo. And then the hypotenuse would be 2. Hypotenuse would be 2. So where's cosine? Now that we found all that out, where's cosine? So cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that'd be -radical 3 over 2, right? Nice, because that's across from the 60 degrees to the long leg. Okay, cosecant is 1 over sine, or sine flipped. So that's hypotenuse over opposites. So that's going to be 2 over opposite, -1. So that's a -2. And then cotangent is adjacent over opposites. Yeah, cotangent, remember? So it's cotangent, because tangent is opposite over adjacent, then we flip it. So adjacent over opposite is what cotangent is. So it's negative radical 3 is adjacent, and that's all over opposite, which is -1. So we get positive radical 3, because negative divided by negative is a positive. Just checking our answers there, looking good. Okay, I'm actually going to help a little bit on number 4. So you're basically using the Pythagorean theorem. You're using it like 3 times, right? So this is C, this is B, and this is A. So you're going A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So 16 times 16 is what? 256. And what's 24 squared? So that's 576. Now you're solving for 8 squared. Solve for 8. You, behind the screen, pause me. You finish the rest of this problem. You know what you're doing. Then push play and see if you got it right. That's the best way to learn, remember? Pause me. So minus 256 over to the other side. Pause me. 0, 2, 3. 320. So a squared is equal to 320. Now you're going to square root both sides. And so a equals the square root of 320. So this is the square root of 320. So then you have to do the Pythagorean theorem one more time and call this C. 14 squared plus radical 320 squared, what is that? Equals C squared. So 14 squared, is that 196? You know it is. So 196 plus, that cancels. So that's 320 is equal to C squared. Okay, I'll let you finish the rest. Add those together, square root both sides, put it here, and then do Pythagorean theorem one more time. You got this. You got this. Find the height of the building if the ladder that is leaning up against the building is 25 feet tall and the angle of elevation from the ladder to the ground on top of the building is 79 degrees. So here's our ladder. Here's our building. It's supposed to be a door. A window. Oh, so nice. Yeah, smiley face. Okay, so let's see. Ladders leading into the building. So find the height of the building. Ooh, find the height of the building. If the ladder leaning against the building is 25 feet and it's at an angle of 79 degrees, round to the nearest tenth. Pause me. Soketo, 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 a sine. Opposite upon, where's the cosine? Where's the tangent? Remember, gotta label it. Label your triangle. So this is going to be the opposite side. We don't have the adjacent to 79 degrees, but we do have the hypotenuse. So what is opposite and hypotenuse? So opposite over hypotenuse is, remember, it's sine. So we go sine of 79 degrees is equal to opposite x over adjacent, no, over hypotenuse 25. And so now you're just going to go ahead and multiply that 25. Multiply that 25 to the other side and solve for x. Solve for x. Plug it into your calculator. Plug it into your calculator. Plug it into your calculator. Plug it in. I'm waiting. Plug it in. Plug it in to your calculator. Plug into, don't be lazy. You plug it in. Plug it into the calculator. Plug it into the calculator, right? Plug it in, plug it in. Calculator. Good. Plug it in. Ooh, find the period and amplitude of each one. So do you remember? That's the amplitude, right? That's the B value that gets the period. And so the formula, do you remember the formula for period? So the formula for the period is 2 pi over B. So that means it's going to be, the 2 is going to go down there. So that means that the b value, which is 2, is going to go down there. So it's going to be 2 pi over 2. And 2 pi over 2 is just pi. So our period is pi. And then this number again is the amplitude. Always positive. Don't forget, the amplitude is always positive. So then, what if there's nothing there? Well, there's actually an invisible -1 there. This means to flip. It means to flip it, but the amplitude is +1. +1. What the woo, 2/5? What's 2 pi divided by 2/5? What? Keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep the first, 2 pi, change it to multiplication, and flip the second. 2 times 5 is 10 pi over 2. I would definitely not want to graph that one. I guess that's not too bad, but yeah, it kind of is. So 5 pi is the period, amplitude is 1. So you try number 8 and 9. You try number 8 and 9. Go ahead, you try it. Try number 8 and 9, let's go. Okay, describe the transformation for each function. Well, this is going to be 5, and so we're going to stretch. We're going to stretch up and down. So that's going to be a vertical stretch. Vertical stretch 5. Up 5, down 5. Good. This is a shift, the whole graph. Shift down 1. The whole graph, shift down 1. And then this is going to be the b value. And so the b value is 1/2. And so that means we're going to stretch, right? We're going to stretch the period. How far? Well, if the b value is 1/2, it's going to be 2 pi over the b value. So 2 pi over 1/2. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. So that's 4 pi over 1. So we're going to stretch the period over 4 pi. Well, you try number 10 now. You try number 10. That was a lot of things going on there. Wowzer. There we go. Okay, amplitude is 5. So amplitude is 5. Transformation by function, amplitude is 5. Yeah, I guess we could say that. So amplitude is 5. Right, our period is 4 pi, shift down 1. Cool. Okay, sketch the graph of the function by hand. Include 2 full periods and make correct markings on the axes. Right? So first we need the amplitude of the period. So the amplitude is 1. So we're going to go up 1 and down 1. And then this is the b value. So the b value is up next to x. And so there's an invisible 1, you guys. Do you see it? No? So there's actually an invisible 1 right there. So it's actually 1/3 is our b value. And that means our period is going to be 2 pi over 1/3. And so we're going to go ahead and keep, change, flip. So we're going to flip it to 3 over 1, which gives us 6 pi over 1. So our period is 6 pi. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go to 6 pi. We're going to cut 6 pi in half. So when you take 6 pi and you cut it in half, you get 3 pi. So we're going to take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cut it in half. So that's 3 pi. Do it again. So what's 3 pi cut in half? Cut in half. So 3 pi cut in half is just 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2. So we go 3 pi over 2 is this distance right here. So 3 pi over 2. Then we do another 3 pi over 2. And so that's going to be 3 pi over 2 plus 3 pi over 2, which is 6 pi over 2, which equals 3 pi. Check. But what's the next one? What's the next one? What's this one? What's this one? What's this one right here? That's the tricky one. Everyone misses that on the test. Don't miss it. That's the tricky one. So another plus 3 pi over 2. So 3 halves plus 3 halves is 6, halves plus 3 halves is 9 halves. So that's going to be 9 pi over 2. Yeah, that's the tricky one. That's the tricky one. Okay, so what is sine again? What is sine for our y values? So sine is 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. So we go 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. There's your graph with the correct period. There's your graph with the correct period. Don't forget the arrows go on forever there. Nice. So you try number 12 now. You try number 12. Remember that the negative means upside down. Upside down. So flip sine upside down. Instead of doing that, it's going to go down, then up, then down. Is what you're looking for? Yeah. That's up, side, down, sine. And then stretch it up 4 and down 4. Up 4 and down 4. Nice. Number 15, we got a phase shift. So try it on your own first. Pause me. Try it on your own first. Pause me. Try it on your own first. Pause me. Pause me. Try it on your own first. Pause me. So phase shift. Phase shift. This is a good one. So we'll go and say next video, please, Mr. Newbolds. Next video. Try it on your own, then watch the next video. Try it right now. Go ahead. Try it. Try it on your own. So our amplitude, remember your amplitude is 2, right? And we're going to go ahead and shift to the, what? Is it left or right? Shift to the opposite. What do you think? Opposite. Shift to the opposites. Not left, but right. Pi over 2. Watch the next video. Watch the next video.